Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is another episode of the BeBall Jones podcast featuring my guy, the Peachfield Conference Defensive Player of the Year, Nelson Haskins. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man, because we have another special guest today, man. So I'm gonna let you introduce our guest for today, man, for this interview.
Today is a very, very special one to me because this guy happens to be one of my former teammates, and we still good friends. I still consider him a brother of mine. But unfortunately, during our time playing together, we played junior college at BeBall State when I was there, and the summer between our freshman and sophomore year, he ended up suffering from a bad injury, breaking his leg, and kind of put a halt on his career for a little while. And he bounced back like tremendously. Very, very proud of him. I got a lot of love for this guy, and he just kind of inspires me the way he did it. So, without further ado, man, we want to bring in my guy, Miguel Williams.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's going on, bro?
Man? It's a pleasure. I've been waiting to get on BeBall Jones, man, and meet the man himself.
Man, nah, he's not lying because ever since we started, he's like, man, so when you gonna get me on?
Man, when y'all gonna get me on the show, man? I'll talk about whatever.
But this your opportunity, man. So I'm glad to have you. I wouldn't want it to be with nobody else for real.
For sure, man. I appreciate y'all bringing me on.
No doubt, man.
No problem.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump into our first few questions, and you answer them however you see fit.
Gotcha.
So first question, what was the first? Well, my first question I want to ask you is what was the first thing that went through your mind like after said injury had happened?
Oh, time out. Before that, introduce us to who you are. Like,
my bad.
Know about you, bro. Like,
okay, so
he getting straight to it, man. Like,
I know. It's my bad. It's my bad.
he already know me. He trying to get straight to it, but
yeah.
All right, so in high school, I was an all-state, second team all-state, Alabama. And then I went on to play at BeBall State with Nelson. We had a good freshman season. I averaged like 14 points. And next season coming up, we had pretty big plans, but I happened to break my leg, compound fracture. I had to sit out a whole season. That was tough. And I ended up rehabbing for like 2 years. 2 years straight, I rehabbed. And I got back on the court that next season. I played for Auburn Montgomery for a year. And then I ended up at Eureka where I just graduated. I had 2 years left of eligibility, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't know if I want to go be a grad assistant, play another couple years. There's just a lot of doors open. I just need to pick one. I got some time. I just been reflecting, trying to see what I want to do. So that's an introduction of myself, man.
That was up, man.
Yeah, man, my bad, y'all. I know my voice. I already know the story, so now it's like I'm trying to get to what I want to talk about.
So I'm gonna take over right here till we get to that part, man. So I'm gonna handle it.
Let the man himself do it, man.
You got it, man.
All right, man. So tell us a little bit about where you're from, man. Where you grew up at.
Okay, I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. Shout out to Huntsville. We was just recently ranked #1 city in America to live in, man. Fastest growing city in America right now. I grew up right by the school. I went to Williams Elementary School, Williams Middle. I grew up right next to the school. We had an open gym. That's when I started loving basketball. I used to go home, eat a pack of ramen noodles, watch Johnny Test. As soon as the middle schoolers get out of school, I run straight to the gym. Me and my friend would run to the gym, skate to the gym. We'd be in the gym till 9 o'clock. It got so bad, man. I ended up getting in trouble for not doing homework. I was in the gym so long. I'd be so tired. But, so that's when I really fell in love with the game. I got two sisters, one brother, man. So I'm very family oriented. And, just my main thing is, treat everybody like family. So in my family, my mom always treat, people that came over like they're her own and stuff like that. So I love kids. I love giving back to kids. So that's why I be thinking about being a coach and stuff like that. But that's pretty much a background on me, man.
Okay. So as we kind of talked about a little bit, you played with Nelson. So how'd you get to BeBall? What was your introduction to it? Why'd you choose BeBall?
So I had almost every JUCO in Alabama except for Shelton. and Bevel was an upstarter. So like, I wasn't sure about it at first. Really, my coach came in. He recruited my point guard first. I didn't have like that much looks before the season. He recruited my point guard. His name Daquan Ford. He was tough. He ended up going to Bevel with us too. He recruited my point guard first, and like I was thinking about going to another school. I was thinking about Gaston State a lot, but two of my friends, Chris and Omar, that I played basketball with growing up, they already went to Bevel for their first year of basketball there, and they said the coach was nice, a sweet man. So I had to go check. I had to call to see what it was about, and they ended up convincing me, like, come play with us, man. We're going to have fun, bro. You be with your boys. So that's how I ended up at Bevel State.
So what was that freshman year like?
It was all right. So in the beginning of the freshman year, we was good. We was rolling. I think we went, where we go, Nelson? We went like 7-0, didn't we?
Yeah, we started out 7-0, and then at Christmas we was 10-2.
10-2, and we had a good point guard. His name was Javon Duncan. He ended up tearing stuff up in his knee. He was probably like, so on paper, our best 4 players was probably me, Wanye. Well, let me put it in order. Wanye, Nelson, me, and Chris. We was all like the key players, but like what people slept on, our most important player was Javon. So when he went down, he only averaged 2-3 points a game, but when he went down, season went to a rail. That just goes to show you like how much a pure point guard like can be a floor general and guard someone full court, how valuable that it is to a program. And he was just a leader, a vocal leader. So that was a big loss, and we didn't have a point guard after that. So the season started derailing after that. But for me, the season, I learned a lot about myself that season. Like in high school, I just go score. But the game sped up so much, and I had to realize I had other skilled players. Like when I got there, Nelson used to get mad at me, man. Dump it off.
Yes.
I had to learn how to drop it off. I had to learn how to kick out to my shooters. It's just like that's something I ain't really had to do in high school. So like in high school, I could do what I want. I could shoot what I want. I had to realize how to play for others, and that was a big thing I had to learn my freshman year at college. I think that was the biggest thing I learned in playing defense, like because I wasn't the best scorer on the team, so I had to bring a little more defense, which I ain't bring to the end of the season. But I learned a lot that season. That was probably the season I learned the most about basketball, rather than like the next season when I learned about myself and like how I am as a person and as a player, because I wasn't watching the game.
Okay. Man, and just to interject a little bit, that freshman year that me and Miguel played together, like I'm just gonna tell him, Miguel did not think I was gonna be good.
Come on.
Miguel did not think I was gonna be good. He was like, this dude goofy. He long and lanky.
Let me tell you how Nelson pulled up to the first day of open run. He pulled up with some shorts that go to his ankles and a tank top, like tank top, you mad bro shirt on. And Wanye used to wear Ninja Turtle tank tops and stuff. So I'm thinking, these boys some goofballs. I'm about to get off. I ain't know what to think. They just look goofy, man, but they turned out to be great players. I just
but these boys some goofballs.
These boys gotta be some goofballs.
Man, I ain't think, to be real, when I first got there, I didn't know Wanye was like that neither. He just seemed like he just seemed like he was just so relaxed about everything, not really taking that serious. But then we started hooping. I was like, bro, it's fast. That was the first thing I said.
Bro, it's fast, and still to this day, I ain't when he's shooting at his best, I ain't seen nobody with a clip like him.
No, yeah.
When he's on, I ain't seen nobody with a clip like him.
Yeah, but he done seen us play a couple times. Like he came to a couple Belfort games. Like you seen him?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and then
so you know what's up.
Yeah, I remember one game it came to. I was like, that's one of the ones right there. What boy special,
man.
Like, hey.
Man, and what made us so good, like just in that time that we had together when Vaughn was still healthy. Vaughn, like we had guys that knew what they could do. like Vaughn was a solid point guard. He knew what he could do. He knew he could guard. He knew he could facilitate, and he wasn't going to turn the ball over. Then you had Ware who knew how to score. Then you had Miguel who knew how to score, and then you had me and Chris. Me and Chris knew how to play defense and get rebounds, and we was going to run the floor. And so when you got 5 guys that know their job and like do it well and okay with doing that job, you 9 times out of 10 you're gonna play good basketball, and that's all it really came down to.
And I don't want to skip ahead, but that first year, I think overall them 2 years that we was at BeBall, we had the bottom recruiting class in the whole conference every year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Every year, and I think the thing about it is like the mindset of JUCO players. It's almost like how they talk about G League players. When you're a JUCO player, you got like, I want to win the game. I want to be a team player, but at the same time, I got to get off. So The thing about our team, we had a bunch of guys that knew like, okay, this probably it for me. Let me do what I can to win the game. And I let these guys like a Nelson and a Wanye or Chris, Miguel, I let these guys do their thing, but I'm going to do whatever I can to win. I ain't here for me. And then like that just like push off over to the star players like, all right, man, let's do this, bro. We trying to win the game. Because once we started winning, that's when the school would start coming in. So if you ain't winning games, I mean, you ain't going to get an opportunity anyway. So I think that's what the thing about it was. Even that second year when I was hurt, the thing about it, them boys was like, everybody knew their role. It was nobody like, except for, we ended up getting Latrell, except for Nelson and Latrell, nobody had any looks. But what made them so good, everybody did what they were supposed to do, and they didn't mind being the role player, even though they was playing JUCO. Most JUCO players got to be the star. I got to be the star. If I ain't getting these shots, I'm leaving. These guys, like, they bought into the system, and that just goes to show how good of a coach we had. And I think that freshman year, when Coach O was – I'm not Coach O. Jesus Christ. Coach Suits.
Go ahead.
Coach Suits. He was a defensive-minded coach, but he seen the players we had, and he changed it. I think our offense was probably – what you think our offense was more similar to a coach in the NBA today? I think our offense was similar to a Mike D'Antoni offense, 8 seconds or less.
We were going to run.
We ran. Made shot, we outlet, we go. If you ain't outlet and go, you out the game. If you ain't throw the ball up ahead, you out the game. And I think like just like him adjusting to the players we had, knowing that we had to beat defenses before they set up because we don't got the best players. I think that's what made us so good because we played so fast. And we didn't give up much in the paint. Like you had to shoot a three, you had to be hitting threes to beat us. So I think like coach just had a good strategy.
Oh yeah, and then I remember when I first got there, he was telling me, Nelly, he called me with Nelly. He said, Nelly, if you don't get the rebound, you need to be the first one down the floor. I was like, yes, sir. So somebody get the rebound, but you know, I kind of with like me being myself, like, you know, I ain't get the rebound, but I'm right there, like to make sure that somebody else got whoever did grab it. I'm kind of right there.
Yeah.
He was yelling at me. He's like, run! We run! I was like, okay, my bad. And then I kept doing it. And then, like, he started, like, just yelling at me. Like, he just kept yelling at me about run, like, sprint the floor. If you ain't get the ball, run. So then finally, I got mad. Like, somebody had shot. I remember, like, yesterday, somebody had shot the ball on the other team in practice. And I just took off. Like, I ain't even trying to go get the board. I just ran. I was like, because he keep yelling at me. I'm mad now, so I just took off. I ain't even trying to go get the board. I think Chris ended up getting it. He gave it to Vaughn. And as soon as Vaughn got the ball, he took one dribble and then threw the ball out to me like this. And I caught it, pump fake somebody, and then dunked it. And I was like,
oh, man, I need to keep doing this.
I said, God, dog. Like, I was that open. Because, like, sprinting the floor, what I didn't realize, like I said, like, I learned a lot in that 1 year, too. I think everybody should, though, in their freshman year, because just, like you said, like, just the level of play and the speed of the game so different. You got to learn, especially if you thrown into the fire early. Like, we started as freshmen. Yeah. So we kind of thrown into the fire.
Yeah.
But I had to learn. I was like, okay, so if I run, I'm the big. But what I didn't realize is on the offensive end, the first person back 9 times out of 10 going to be a point guard because they always say point guard, first one back if you ain't shoot the ball. So if the other team shot the ball and I sprint and I pass the big and everybody,
you got a guard on you.
A guard going to pick me up. So if I just kept going, I could take them all the way to the block. and I just, I can post up immediately, get quick offense. And then, or if I do that, now it's a mismatch somewhere else, because now big gonna have to pick up on the guard. Like, and then Miguel was real good at, like, if he was open on the sideline, we pitched the ball ahead, like he said, they'll pitch the ball ahead to Gale. He's catching it, sweeping through, going straight to the rim. Like, nobody was really stopping it if he got it in the right place.
Man.
So, like he said, man, like, Coach Seuss really did a good job, like, setting us up and putting us in a position to be successful for as long as he did, with what we had. Like he said, like, and I'll never forget, like, one thing he used to say all the time about us, like he said, our recruiting class never been great, just being real. And from top to bottom, we never was full of talent.
No.
Like, it's compared to other teams. And I remember he said, if we had to play basketball 10 on 10, we'd probably get blew out. But as long as we got to play 5 on 5, we're going to
win. Man. We was gonna have a few good. We was gonna have at least 3 or 4 good players every year, and then everybody else is gonna buy in. So I think that was the best spot for us. God bless we picked that, because I think that was the best. I don't think we would have got them opportunities anywhere else to develop our game. Yeah, sure.
So go ahead and walk us into that second year. Not straight to it, but walk us into that second year. Set the scene for us a little bit.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Gail, tell them about the summer before you got hurt. Me and you.
Okay, so going into the summer, I didn't shoot the ball well my freshman year. So Coach Seuss was just like, when you get all these guys gone, I don't know what you're gonna do. You need to go work out. You need to do this. First thing I did, I got a trainer. Shout out to JR Stroshow. I got a trainer. He played pro G League, and I trained with him night in, night out, 2 days a week, two times a day, about 3-4 days a week, because I had to go to school sometimes for a couple of days for that physical science class we all took. So I'm training hard two times a day. I'm becoming the best. That's probably the best player I ever been. Like, skill wise, that's probably the best basketball level I was ready to play at going into that sophomore year. And I was starting to get a little looks. Coach Seuss would tell me I'm starting to get a little looks. And I was taking that to the head. I was going hard. And then we started playing. Nelson came back. We was playing. Nelson come back. I'm shooting a cover off the ball. Nelson like, oh, where'd this come from? And we playing 2-on-2 every day. Me and Nelson on the same team. We killing. I'm throwing lobs to Nelson. Nelson send me screens, bounce pass. I'm learning how to pass the ball. I'm learning how to shoot the ball. So we excited. Then everybody come in. We get a new player. His name Latrell. He played at Wallace before, but like he never played. He was a red shirt. He come out. He killer. He tough. He tough too. We got some young guys. We got a 6'8" kid. We got Nelson. We got another 6'8" kid. So we got 3 6'8s. We got a kid from Bessemer. He was an honorable mention All-State athletic. He tough. So we got Javon coming back. So we thinking we're this the year we gonna do something. We're gonna do something. So we start scrimmaging or whatever. We excited. We go play the game. We ready for the next day. We had like a summer showcase in front of like hundreds of college coaches. So like we all excited. Like we can't even sleep. Hundreds of college coaches there, man. So we get to Wallace State. We all excited. We shooting in the other gym. We finally get the plan. It start off well. I hit my first shot. Nelson first played a game. Nelson get a dunk. I hit my first shot. We had a kid who was deaf, but he could hoop. Woody hooping. Woody get a little layup. We turned. Yeah. Coach sub us out. Sub them back in the second group in. They sub the second group in. The second group get the hooping. Boom. They hooping. Bam, bam. We playing a ranked team in Georgia. Bam, bam. We beating them. Coach sub us back in. We go down. We miss a shot. We come back down. I'm communicating on defense because this year I'm trying to be like a vocal defensive leader. I'm trying to change my game. I think that was going to give me – and his school was there. So you know how kids get when school's there. They get the, hey, I got him. Help. So I'm talking cash. I close out. He shoots it. He shoots it over. I see the rebound go long, but I don't teach this, but, I mean, I guess his coach taught this. He's like, he chased his rebound. While I was turning, he didn't mean to do it. He chased his rebound. While I was turning, he ran like let me go back a little bit. So I already had stretch fractures in my shin. So let's put that there. So a whole freshman year, I'm playing with fractured shin. So he shoots it. I close out. He thinks his ball coming back, but the ball goes long. So I turn to get the ball long. He turns to chase his rebound. He runs right through my leg. Like, I hear a big foul. And I'm like, dang, somebody dropped the table or something outside. I'm like, dang, I sound like somebody dropped the table. I don't feel it yet. Then I try to get up, and something like, man, sit your ass back down. I sit down. I open my eyes. I look down. I say, "Oh, you know what I said." Oh. At this point, it don't even hurt. But like at the same time, I'm so mad because like I feel like the work I put in that whole summer, like just like in a snap of my leg, a snap of the finger, all that's like gone. And I'm in front of all these college coaches. So 100 of college coaches like know, like, oh, this boy done broke his leg. And like, so once it happened, like I'm just mad. Like it's more so like I'm not even crying because it hurts. I'm crying because like I'm so mad because I know it was right there. Like the dream of like playing D1 basketball or Division II basketball was right there in front of me, and I was playing good, and it was right there. Those guys was nice on that Georgia team. They came and put like a shirt or a towel over my face so I didn't look at my leg. And Coach Suits came up there and he was telling me like, "Oh, it's gonna be all right, man." They asked Coach Suits like, "Oh, this is urgent. Where are we gonna take him to the hospital? You want him to take him to Coleman Hospital, or where you want to take him?" And he was like, "Well, if he was my son, I'll take him to Andrews. If you know anything about sports, Andrews is the number one sports doctors in the world. Like they got the number one doctors. So God bless Coach Seuss, because ain't no telling where I'd be if he didn't refer me to them. Because when I got there, Andrews surgeons was all messed. So they rushed me to the hospital. I called my grandma. I'm like, "Grandma, oh, I broke my leg. She like, what boy? So I'm on the phone. My mama didn't pull up to the hospital. Everybody pull up to the hospital. Andrew's doctors are like full right now. Like they can't do no surgeries. So the regular doctor comes in and he's like, man, I did a few of these. I have to cut your ACL to get around it. I have to do this. I have to repair this. Then I can get the rod in there. And you might bleed out. You might die. That's not a likely shit. I'm like, bro, I will wait on somebody from Andrews. You just watch out, man.
Oh my God.
You just watch out. I'll wait on a professional to do this. So they have to force it back in place before they do the surgery, and they cast it up to set your leg. That's what they call it. So I sit 24 more hours with like a broken leg, and my leg just set just to wait on this man to be able to do my surgery. He comes in there, tall guy, comes in there. "Oh man, that's crazy. I done did 100 of these. I did this on. This happens to Alabama players. So he works for Alabama. He used to work for Alabama. I do this on Alabama players all the time. Football players, they get hit in the shin. I do this for them. I do this for their soccer team. Why would he have to move your ACL? That'll just make you rehab more. No, man, I'm gonna just move it over. I'm gonna put the rod in, screw it up. You'll be fine." So he's like, the chances of you playing again will be way higher this way. So thank God I waited. So boom, I go in there, they do the surgery or whatever. I stay in there about 2 more days, and all that could go in my mind is like, because a lot of people don't play from like injuries like that. So only thing going in my mind is like, will I play again? But that's what's going on in my mind when I'm there at the hospital. But when I'm starting, after he do the surgery and like how he was talking to me, I go in my mind like, okay, Kevin Ware played after this. Paul George played after this. I start researching what they did. I start researching like how many players come back from this. And like, so the thing in my head started being like, don't think like if you'll play again. The thing is like, when you'll play again. Like, when will you play again? So first things first, as soon as I get into rehab, I can't even move my toe. Like my leg been like sitting there so long, I'm on bed rest 3 months. So when I get in rehab, I can't even move my toes. Like I could barely move my knee up. It's a video where I move my knee like an inch, and he like, that's all you could do, and I'm like, man, that's all I can do. So that whole summer was straight rehab, and then I'm doing online classes. This is another reason why like the COVID thing didn't affect me as much, because I'm doing online classes from summer to the beginning of the fall. In fall, I still can't come be with my team. Like I'm trying to be with my team. I can't be with my team. I take online like 20 hours of online classes the whole fall just so I can catch up, because that summer I had to drop some classes because I couldn't take them. I couldn't take all those classes. I was too messed up. And I finally get back to the team in July. I mean, not July, January, and they going crazy. Like, I don't know. What was y'all record when at the Christmas break, probably, like, estimate?
We had lost like 4 or 5 because we had played on ranked teams in Mississippi and stuff that we lost to. I want to say we was like 8-5 or like 9-5, something like that.
So the team going crazy without me, and I was supposed to probably be their leading scorer. So like I'm surprised, really, and they got it rolling. So sometimes I just think like, man, what would that team have been if I never got hurt? Like, what would that team have been? They beat Shelton. Shelton won the whole thing. They usually go undefeated. I just like, man, this team would have been special. They were still special, but like I wonder how special we would have been if I could have played that year. And a couple other players didn't like get in trouble. I wonder like what could that team have done? But yeah, man.
Me and Gil, I can't tell you how many phone calls we had during that sophomore year. Well, we'll be like, man, it's supposed to be us. It's supposed to be me. Like, no disrespect to the other guys I played with and stuff. Like everybody else, like you said, we still balled out, and we had a successful season. But like it just that thought, like, dang, like it was supposed to be me and you. Like that summer of like us playing 2-on-2 and like working out. We was calling each other D Wade and Shaq, like Shaq and D Wade.
Man,
we were hooping like, and then we think about it now, like even to this day, sometimes we be like, man, like we never got that 1 year like to play together and be like hooping like as teammates. Man. Where he was gonna be like, we was gonna be that 1-2 punch. And then, me and Trail still turned into that. But it just, and I love Trail. I'm not trying to say nothing about him. But it's just different because me and Gail came in together and we put this work in together. And we thought we was going to, reap the benefits of it at the same time. And then we end up, it just didn't work out that way. But It was like tons of phone calls. Like, man, like what could it have been? Like me and you, like what you think we would have did? Like what our averages would have been. It's a lot to think about, but man, it's one of the things, it just life didn't work out that way. But
it just didn't work out that way. And like stuff from stuff like that, you can learn a lot. And like after you learn a lot, you can teach other people a lot about that stuff. Even if it ain't go the way you want it, you still get a lot of stuff out of it, man. So I got a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of stuff about myself and a lot of stuff about just life through that. So I'm grateful for it, actually. I'm actually grateful for it, to be honest. Even through all the surgeries and everything I had to go through, I'm really grateful that, like, I figured out a lot of stuff about myself through all that, man.
So going to that, man, what did you learn about yourself through that whole process?
I started learning, like, other stuff that I like, man. I had other hobbies. I like fashion. I like business. Like, if you ask me today, like, do you want to play professional basketball? I said, no way. Like, I want to be a businessman, man. And like, it's just certain stuff I learned about myself. Like, I ain't know that I love to teach. I love to teach kids. I love to be around kids. I love stuff like that. And I just rather, like, after I got hurt, I did more stuff. Like, I go with my high school coach to school and tell him my story. Like, tell him how, like, don't stop, get through adversity. Cause like going in after that sophomore season, so I didn't have no offers or nothing because I didn't play that sophomore season. So the options was come back and play with these other guys that I really didn't know for real, like some new guys, JUCO, and like waste a year of my academic life for real because I'm already done with junior college. Or like I can go bet on myself and like just put my name out there. Like people know I broke my leg. Put my name out there. Like who wants me? Like, who wants to take this kid? So, like, it got to, like, July or, like, it got to August. School is 2 days in. And people might think I like have a bad blood with AUM, but I don't. Like, I'm appreciative that Coach Cheney and McEwen took a chance on me. Like, they called me at, like, I'm thinking like, I'm finna go to Alabama. I'm finna just go to Alabama and be a party kid. Like, I'm finna go have fun. Forget this. I can't play. I'm gonna go have fun. I'm gonna make sure my college, I'm gonna have fun. But they ended up calling me right before like the deadline, and they was like, "Hey man, we want you to come play, man. Get your legs up under you." So I signed up for AUM. I get there, and the rest is like history about me, like just playing. But like, yeah, I learned a lot about myself, and like I learned a lot that I can teach other kids. Like, don't stop. If you get hurt, it's not the end of the world. And I didn't. And I'm be honest. I didn't never came back, like, because a lot of my game relied on athleticism. I think I came back a smarter player and a little more skilled player, but at the same time, I have never been like the same athlete as I was. But I try to tell people when they ask about that, or if someone get hurt and they ask me what I did, I tell them like, my story may be different from yours. Like, my story is like, I got hurt and I kept having like problems in my shins, but I was just good enough to like, I could still play on that level, but I haven't been like as great of a player, but I could still play on that level just because like I hoop, like, feel me? And I just tell people like, that's not the case for everybody. A lot of times people get hurt and they'll come back stronger, better than they was before they got hurt. Like, it's plenty of stories like that. So don't think that like you get hurt and like it's just the end of the world, because you can get hurt and you might have been a star player, but now you could be a star in a role. Like, this year, my role was I had to guard the best player. Like, this is crazy. I used to go from being the person that shoot all the balls and guard the worst player to like, okay, I'm not this player no more. Now, what can I be? Actually, Nelson taught me this. How could I be a star in this role? So now my role was to guard the best guard and make sure he doesn't get off. And I actually ended up enjoying that role this year and stuff like that this year and last year. So that's my new role. But I'm telling people, like, it's not over. Like, you can still be a star. It just might not be in how you want to be, but you might still be that star after you get hurt. But if you're not that star, it's still a ways you could be a star. You could be a star in a different role. Like, you could be a star in playing defense. If you don't play no more, you could be a star as a assistant, a grad assistant. You feel me? You could be a star in something new you do. You might do a new venture. You might become, who knows? You might be the best actor in the world, and you ain't even know you like acting, but you sitting on your butt so long, like figuring out other stuff you like because you can't play no more. Who knows? Now you're a star in this role. Like, this is something else you could do. So I think the main thing is, if you hurt and you can't do nothing, figure out some other stuff that you like to do. And if you are going to play again, figure out, just in case you're not that guy no more, which you probably won't be coming right off, figure out some stuff you can do to like still be able to play on that level and be a guy that coaches like can see. Like, you can advertise yourself. Like, if I advertise myself to a coach, I tell them, okay, I'm willing to guard the best player, and I can give you a 6 to 8 on a nightly basis. And like, if I'm getting touches, I can still go off on some nights. I can still go for 18, 20 on some nights if I'm getting some touches and I'm having a good night. But I can tell you, I'm a guard the best player, and I'll go get you 6 to 8. You feel me? If I'm having a good game, I'll go get you 6 to 8, and I'll guard the best player every night. That's still like something that coaches want. And they don't want them egos. Like, a lot of times, them best players come with egos. And like, it's hard to manage them egos. If you come in and you just a loyal guy and you a team player and you a good player in the locker room and you can do the little things like guard and be efficient, you can play anywhere even after you get hurt. So I just tell guys, like, just stay focused, and if you're not that guy no more, see how else you could still be a guy that coaches want. So I learned a lot, and I can teach people a lot about stuff like that now. So I'm appreciative of the injury and everything that happened.
Man, that's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man, because I had my little injuries, and I'll just be like, man, that hurt. But to actually have my leg literally broken, bro, I don't even want to try to process that, man. Like, that's just wild,
tough.
man.
It's tough,
like,
for
what
sure.
What was your mental space like from realizing what happened to the first game back? Like, what was your mental space throughout that whole process?
So once I realized what happened, the main thing was, okay, let's see. Let's not like at first I was rushing like, okay, I go to the doctor because you gotta go every once in a while. I go to the doctor like, oh, you think I'll be playing again by June? Nah, man, slow your roll. You think I'll be playing again by July? Nah, man, just chill out. So it turned out I didn't get to play again till I think I finally started playing in the gym with them, and I was sucky. Started playing in the gym with Nelson them again in like February. That's when I finally started playing again, and then COVID hit in March. So one thing about COVID, it gave me a lot of time to like, okay, let me lock in and let me really rehab. Let me ramp this rehab stuff up. Now that I'm running and moving around, let me ramp this up. So I go across the street where it all started, and I start running on they got a football field out there. I'm running on the football field. I'm doing plyometrics. I'm doing everything. The gym closed because it's COVID, so I'm shooting outside on the double rims. Like, so I'm just getting back to being at least able to play because I know if the opportunity comes, I gotta take it. Even if I'm not that player, I can't go back to JUCO and like, because first thing for me is academics, especially after I broke my leg. Like the little pro hoop dreams. I was off it. Like, I mean, I still love the game. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like when I grow older, what are people gonna know me by? Like, was I just this basketball player, or like, what can I do? What else can I do? So like, that's just my philosophy. I'm not telling you not to do that. Go crazy, hoop your life out. I don't care, but I just knew like I need to be ready if this opportunity comes. So I did that, and the opportunity came, and I played good my first game. He wasn't playing me. He didn't really play me that whole season, but the first game I did play. And I'm like, waiting. I'm amped up, really. As soon as I get in the game, he like, Miguel, go. I'm like, oh, shoot. I'm boom, 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 boom. My heart racing for real. As soon as I get the get in the game, I play a possession of defense. Ball comes off. I get the ball. I call my favorite play. I think it was called, I don't know what it was called. Oh, one game. We call one game. And it goes all the way around, and I was the point guard. It goes all the way around, and it comes back to a handoff for me. As soon as I get the handoff, I get to my left, I make a layup. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still like that. That's when I realized, okay, I can still play. I can still play at this level. I get back, I get an offensive rebound, I get a layup. Then he took me out and ain't play me no more. But that's all I needed to know. Like, even if this guy don't play me, I know like I can play. And that's what ended up making me want to transfer. But it was nothing against the coach, you feel me, or my teammates or nothing. I love them guys to this day too. Like, but like I just wanted to play. I wanted to see, like, still to this day, I think that's why I still consider playing my 2 grad years out, because like when it comes to an injury like that, it's a difference. This is why it's so different. It's a difference between tearing up a tendon. A tendon can get stronger the more you work out. But with a bone, you just gotta like wait it out till it actually finally heals all the way up. And like I feel like this year I had a little trouble, but like this the first time in like 2-3 months where I haven't felt like my shin hurting at all. So that's the only reason I still consider like, okay, let me play a year or two to see like, okay, let me see how I can play without any shin pain or nothing, none of that. Let me see what I can do. So that's the only reason I still consider playing now. But that's about it. Like, I just want to see like how good I can be without it hurting. Same way like I played my freshman year. I want to see how good I can play right now on the D2 level without my shins hurting or anything, any injuries. So that I think that's the only reason I might play next year, just so I can like finish out like it's no regrets. Like I knew what I could do. So that's probably the reason I'll play next year.
Man. I can't tell you, like, Gail, I cannot tell you how happy it would make me to like see you just be hooping. Like, of course, you know, you go on and do other stuff. I'm gonna be happy for you, whatever you decide to do, as long as you happy, of course. Yeah. But like, just to see you hoop again, if I just see some highlights of you getting off and just like you know what I'm saying, anything, I'll just be so happy. Like I might cry. Man, I just remember. Like, but
you know, with that shin hurt, I couldn't do my patented Euro step no more, man.
Oh, what the Miguel Williams Euro, boy? They used to what?
Hey, only person better is Manu Ginobili. Only person better. I
No,
guarantee
for
you.
real. Like me, I don't know if you remember, but that Miguel Williams Euro step used to kill Alabama JUCO. He used to catch the ball in transition, sweep through, and he would go finish with either hand. And like guys was not stopping it. Like
Man,
it was great. We used to talk about all the time. Like, boy, Miguel gonna come through the lane, do that Euro step, and they gonna go in. Go my look count the 2 points.
man. $10.
But
$10, I'll teach you.
10.
$10, I'll teach you. I'm giving out secrets since I might be done playing. $10, I'll teach you.
But charging for the game, that's crazy.
Man, ain't
Man.
nothing free. Ain't nothing free out here.
Nothing.
Nothing in this world free, man.
But man, so a question that I did want to ask you, like just to see where your head was at and what you think you could have did. I want you to predict what your averages would have been your sophomore year if you could have played. Like if you played the whole season, what do you think your average would have been? Because like you said, you said you averaged 14 freshman year, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think you would have averaged your sophomore year if you'd have played?
Oh, so with Latrell, I think I would have averaged like 18 or 19, probably like 5 rebounds, 3 assists.
3 assists.
And I think his average would have went down a little bit because I would have been taking some of them shots. But I think we would have both made like first team or something crazy. I think we would have had a crazy. I would think we would have had a crazy season. I don't think we would have lost that many games. I don't think anybody would have beat that team.
No, low key. I don't think we'd have lost a conference game except for maybe Shelton.
I think Shelton would have beat us. They might have would have beat us once or they might have would have beat us once, or they might have would have beat us 2 times, but they was gonna have to see us in the championship game.
Oh, facts. For sure they were going to see us.
Sure.
Like, no way. Because when we beat CVCC in that first game, I'll never forget because that was the first playoff game. I don't tell people this often because I don't want them to know that I haven't won that much in my career. But that game at CVCC was the first playoff game I had ever won in my life. Because all through high school, I never made the playoffs, like the high school playoffs, till my senior year. And my senior year, we lost in the first round to the team that would end up winning the state championship in 5A, and that was Sylacauga. So all 4 of my years of high school was spent trying to get to the playoffs just to get bounced in the first round by the team that was going to win it all. So I don't know, if we wouldn't have got matched up with them, I don't know how many games we'd have won, but that's just, the luck of the draw, I guess.
For sure.
But then, our freshman year, we didn't make the playoffs after we had them L skid at the end of the year. After we lost, I
think we got to that playoff game. We was burnt out.
No, yeah, I was.
I was burnt out. I can't lie. I was burnt out. But now going back, I wish I wasn't burnt out. I wish I would have took all them games like serious because I did not know what was gonna happen next. But
man, we talked about this on an episode that's probably gonna come out before your episode whenever this airs. But
that's crazy.
We had talked about this before, where like my coach, my first year here, taught me that like you can't just coast through this because you never know like what's gonna happen or when it's gonna be over.
You never
and like know. And his thing was like it was during COVID, how COVID had the COVID situation messed up our season, my first year here. And like his phrase to me used to always be like, everything is not okay. Like, and that's been sticking with me ever since. Like I be hooping, I be playing, I be like, everything is not okay. Like with because we as hoopers or athletes in general, a lot of times when we doing what we think we ought to be doing, we'll get comfortable. Like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing my job. I'm doing the things they asking me to do, but then you kind of get comfortable, might not work as hard, or might take games for granted. Like, oh, we lost this game, but it don't really matter. This and this and this. Like, no, bro, all of it matter because everything is not okay. This junk could be gone, and you're gonna look back on it like, dang.
Cause like, look, that's crazy. He said that because like I was planning on staying at Trevecca and finishing grad school, but it just came down that they wasn't gonna pay for grad school for athletes next year, and that came out of nowhere. So, like, you never know what was going to happen in, like, a school. You never know what the higher-ups got going. You never know what God got for you. You never know if you're going to get hurt. You never know if they're going to cut something You never know if your coach gonna leave. He might get a better opportunity. He might get fired. You never know. So like you said, everything's not okay. So like make sure you just take everything as it is and go really hard with anything you do, because you never know when it's over, man. And you never get them moments back. Time ticks. I remember one time, like this was when I was little. Pastor say like, take every moment like it's your last. Because think about it. Say as soon as you come out the womb, you're dying righteously. As soon as you come out the womb, your time ticking. You might be growing up, you might be getting healthier, but really your time ticking. As soon as you come out, you're dying. So take every second like it's your last, man, because you never know when your last one gonna be.
Man. But oh boy. So I was gonna ask. You got kind of already answered this, but I was gonna ask, like, do you think you'll ever be better than you were before your injury? Or if you put your mind to it, let me say this: since if you put your mind to it, you think you could get better than sophomore season or going into sophomore season, Miguel?
I think how I'm feeling right now with not hurting. If I put my all into it, which I will if I decide to play. If I put my all into it, I think I'll be a better player than I was back then for sure.
Man. Like I said, I love to see it, man. I wish if I had the power, I'd get you up here just to see it with my own eyes. But
man, you know what's up, man.
Man, the powers that be, they don't give me that authority around here.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, right? Who wants to take somebody that then broke legs and stuff, man? I don't blame them. It's scary. It's their job, man.
Yeah, it's a business at the end of the day.
It's a business at the end of the day, so I respect it regardless.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about broken bones, though, man. I've heard that once it comes back, once it finally heals and grows back, it grows back stronger than it was before. So, like, the odds of it breaking again are a lot slimmer. So,
yeah,
I don't know. It just depends on if you balling out, man. They want to take that gamble. I don't think it's a gamble about your health. It might be more of a gamble of your game. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's more so like through it all, I ain't played that much since then. So it's not so much. It's not more so like it's not enough film and enough stats on me to like take a chance on a guy that got hurt and don't got that much film on that level or got that many. I mean, I got film from last year, but like got that many stats. I played a role last year, so like it's just hard to take a chance on something like that. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. That ain't like a knock to my game, and that ain't a knock to the coach. It's like it's just how the cards played out. So I know I already know what it is. That's why I don't get angry if no one like hit me up or if no one like, well, people hit me up, but if a school that I want to mess with don't really seem to like kind of be like kind of weary of me, because they'll look at me, but they'll be a little weary of me, and I understand it. So like maybe when I was younger, I get upset like, hey, why he don't want to? They ain't win nothing, but you feel me? Nowadays, I realize like now that I grew older and I'm more mature, I know like what's at risk when they taking kids and what's at risk when like they bringing in players to their system and like how this kid might fit, how you gonna be a cog in the system. I understand like they got to be weary of it. So I ain't surprised, and I don't blame them, because if I was a coach, I'd be weary too. It is what it is.
Man, B, that's really all my questions. I know you probably got some questions from Miguel. Me and him been chopping it up like we on FaceTime or something, but I know you got some questions for her.
Yeah, man. Who was around that was supporting you during that time? Because injuries can get really weird for athletes, because it's more than just health that you worried about. It's really about your whole life as a hooper. So like, who was around supporting you, keeping you straight during that time?
My family, really. My family was there in the beginning phase, and then like that was probably the most depressing phase. I had a girlfriend at the time. She was around a lot during the beginning phase, and then like when I still couldn't do something, I had to stay at home, and all my friends was like working or at school. It hit the weekend, I'd be pretty lonely, but when it hit the weekend, they'll all pull up to my house because they know I'd be lonely. They'll play the game with me. That's when I learned how to play Storm. I'd be killing Nelson and Storm.
We ain't gonna get into that.
But that's like they'll pull up. So my friends and my family, really, they'll pull up, and my teammates, they'll call me all. They used to call me all the time. And Coach Suits tell me like, "How you recovering, man? You might be playing." Like we knew I wouldn't, but how you recovering? You might be playing by the playoffs. But really, them Like my friends pulling up, playing the game with me, take me to the gym. I get to watch them play, joke around. So like really like just them keeping like my mind off the fact that I ain't playing basketball is what really got me through that.
That's good, man.
Yeah, man. So these are my last 2 questions, bro.
All right.
One, if you had to like give one lesson that the game of basketball has taught you that you can apply to life, what would that be? So like, would it be from like your injury? You already gave a couple gems already, but like if you had to like one crucial rule or one crucial thing that you learned from the game of basketball that you apply to like this way bigger than basketball, hit your life, like what would that be?
I think it's more so just like I've been to a lot of spots since I've been playing. Like since I got hurt, I've been to a lot of schools. So I think the main thing is like I didn't make like when you get there, don't take any like how I said like when I was younger, this is something I do. It's just crazy how like you change from in 4 years, like three or 4 years. Like I said, when I was younger, Nelson came in with a big old "You Mad Bro" shirt on and some big pants. I would have never thought that Nelson to be one of my closest friends. So like, don't take everybody for like I guess you could say like read a book by its cover, but I think like more so like make as many friends as you can through basketball and through like since the fact that if you're watching this and you're a college athlete, you're gonna meet a lot of college people, and these people might end up being millionaires. These people might be like your friends for life. I think just make sure like when you're going in there, don't make it only about basketball. Make sure you because who knows, you might not even like basketball by the time you in because college basketball is stressful. So
Facts.
Make sure you networking and you meeting the right people because I feel as if like we still all struggling right now to figure out what we want to do. But I feel like the certain people that I met, I feel like that sooner or later, all of us or most of us are being in a position to where we can help each other get to the next level or we can learn something from each other. You just got to make sure you network and make sure you make a lot of relationships. So by then, if one of your friends that you did make needs some help, you can help them out. So I think just the main thing is being able to serve others. That's what I learned through basketball, making friends and serving others. That's the main thing. If you could serve, you'll be fine in life. As long as you serve others, good things will come to you. I think that's my biggest thing.
Man, that's funny that you say that because like I tell like younger guys up here, like the freshmen and sophomores and stuff that come in. One thing I always tell them, I'll be like, man, 2 things. Find you some friends outside of us and find something you like to do outside of basketball.
Man.
Because at the end of the day, you're going to see us every day. You're going to get sick of us eventually. Like, I ain't saying we ain't going to be friends. Now, I'm going to always be your friend, your boy, your brother. I love you. But, like, find some more people to kick it with. Because when we get to rolling and you see us every day, we playing, we traveling, all that, it's going to be fun. But yeah, you're going to get burnt out. Have some people you like to kick it with outside of us. And find something you like to do outside of basketball so you ain't always doing basketball. You're going to get burnt out on basketball. Like, I love basketball. Like, I love basketball like just as much as the next guy, the next player. But at the end of the day, like, shoot, this weekend, really, I'm basketballed out. Because I've been working camps and doing, like, workouts and hooping, like, every day this week so far. So, like, this weekend, I'm trying to rest. Like, I got stuff lined up to do with friends. Like, I'm trying to kick it. Like, I'm not trying to look at a basketball other than the finals. I'll watch them play basketball. So that's all I'm saying. Like, it's funny that we, like, hoopers need to know that, though. Like, just chill on stuff.
And Luka ain't playing. I ain't even watching them.
What's that, Luka?
I ain't even watching them. Man.
That's funny. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy because I literally tell I tell people that too. Like I don't care. It's like the one thing I could probably give game to the high schoolers going into college is like I don't care what you're doing, hooping, not hooping, whatever. Like find some people to network with, especially going to like a big school, like and they got money in that school. Like network with everybody because you never know. Like you never know who you're gonna bump into. That might be the next doctor or lawyer, or you might need a job, or looking for somebody to hook you up with something. It's like. Man. You never know what people turn out to, so it's like just networking, meet as many different people as you can.
I don't want no kids yet, and I ain't hoping I don't have no kids soon. But when I do have a kid and they do go to college, I'm gonna tell them, don't meet the popular kid, go meet the president, go meet the person that make making the best grade. It don't have to be the person that making the best grade. Go meet the person that's gonna make some money. Go meet the person that's
who
gonna
got the
be
opportunity.
Yeah.
Go meet the president. I don't care what you do, man. Pass. Go meet the president, man. Go meet the CEO. That's the main thing. Go meet the CEO, man. That's what you need to do. That's what I tell them. I think that's what I tell kids. Don't worry about your. Don't get me wrong. Don't worry about your grades and stuff, and don't worry about the popular people. Don't worry about be worried about meeting the CEO or being the CEO yourself. That's the main thing.
Well, that's great advice.
Yeah, that's perfect, bro. So, last question, man.
All right.
I want you to show some love to somebody, man, and somebody, where it can be a player, a teammate, a coach, or whoever, somebody that you know of or that you watch, somebody in the industry, whatever, that you feel like is a little underrated, that ain't getting the shine they need to. Who is that person for you that you just like, man, I see them doing their thing, but people they slept on, man. So who would you show some love to right there?
If I want to talk NBA, I have a pet peeve. I have a pet peeve with a person, like for a person. I think that they do Mark Jackson dirty. I think they do him dirty. That's my biggest issue with the NBA, man. I think they do Mark Jackson dirty. I growing up, I don't like the Warriors no more. But growing up, before they was winning championships, they was losing to the Spurs. That was my favorite team. Curry was my favorite player before like people started getting on that wagon, man. And I just feel like Mark Jackson, he architected that team. And like he taught them boys what it's about being in the NBA and made them the players they were. But like people don't give him no credit for that. They always like, I'm not saying don't give Steve Kerr credit, but like this man took this team from being the worst team in the league, one of the worst teams in the league, to a team that's making the Western Conference Finals, and he get fired from his job like it was nothing, and nobody goes to talk about it. He got to sit there and talk, and he talking good stuff during the games. You can tell he's a great basketball mind, and he got to watch this team that is his team. It's literally his team go win championships, and he got to commentate the games. I be feeling terrible for him. So I feel like that's a person in the industry that I just feel horrible for.
That's what. I feel you because, like, I know you deep down. I know he's sick.
He's so sick.
Oh yeah,
I know he's sick. I remember when they won their first championship. The year after he got fired, they won that first championship. And Drake, after they won that last game, Draymond came up to him on the sideline and dapped him up and hugged him and everything. And he had tears in his eyes. And he was like, you know, it's just when you work with a group of people and, you know, you see them succeed with the stuff they work so hard on, this and this and that. He talking all good stuff about them. Like, I felt bad for him that day. I can't lie.
Man, if I was him, I'd be on there with all due respect. This is my team.
Talking of cash money.
Man, I told him that.
They better mail me my ring.
Man, I would have had to get a ring.
But that's funny. But is there anything else you want to throw in there, V?
Man, that Mark Jackson conversation go a whole different direction, so I'm good, bro. Like that's it for me, man.
Man, but I guess that'll do it for the BeBall Jones podcast, man. We appreciate y'all for listening. We want to thank you again, Miguel, for coming on, man. This means a lot to us, both of us.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it anytime, man. Y'all can call me anytime.
Man, if we ever want to talk basketball and Luka Doncic, we know who to call.
Quick.
But man, y'all be sure to follow Miguel on IG, man. Let them know what your IG is.
At Miguel Williams. It should be in the bottom left.
Yeah, see, there we go, man. Y'all be sure to follow my boy on Instagram and show him some love, man. You can follow the whole timeline that we've been talking about on his IG.
For sure.
But y'all go show him some love for us, and let them know that you watched the podcast and you heard his story and all that.
Yep.
But that does it for another episode of the BeBall Jones podcast, man. Be sure to follow Brian on all social media at BeBall Jones. That's BeBall Jones on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. You got videos up there now, so y'all be sure to go check those out and like and follow them for us. Be sure to follow me on IG at Nelson.Haskin. and NellyH34 on Twitter. And you can just find my name on Facebook, and we like to keep the conversation going over there too. And and also the podcast TikTok. Please be sure to follow the podcast on TikTok. Got a couple good videos on there now. Like that up for us and follow us over there. And that's it, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this interview and this talk. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. And check us out next week for another most likely another interview. So we trying to keep these rolling. But thank y'all for listening. And without further ado, man, we out.
We out.